Here we go. Little pool time with Texas tea. Nice and clean, clear. Looking all right. Looking all right. Looks like I finally figured it out, and I'm gonna show you what I did. A couple of things: brush, skimmer, and 2 ingredients. That's it. Shut up, chicken. Anyway, we're gonna show you how I keep this thing clean. Well, since I bought my new pump, we'll have to look that up, see how long that's been. But it's good. This is a good testimony of these things. It's another hot day in Texas. Good day for a pool, as long as it's clean. And I finally figured out how to do it without all the extra stuff that they would say you need. If you go to a pool supply company, they're going to try to sell you everything they have to clean up your pool, test this, test that. Most of that stuff, honestly, I don't care about. I care about 2 things. Is it clean and clear? And do I get irritated when I get in it? That's really all I care about. So all these levels of this, levels of that, yeah, I mean, I guess they're important, but not to me. So here's what I did. So I bought the pump. Now my pump is a 2,800 gallon per hour pump. It is an overkill for this small pool I have. My pool is a 16 by 10. I believe it's about 2,900 gallons, something like that. So my pump will actually circulate almost every bit of the water in my pool in 1 hour. I like that. Overkill's good for me because it's worked. I've got the scrub brush once a week. I scrub the sides, not a lot of time. I mean, I just go through and kind of scrub the sides, scrub the bottom, because I mean it does get dirt in it. It's out here, you know. There's trees and the leaves fly around. I scoop those out with the skimmer thing, and I brush my sides and the bottom. Maybe 5 minutes. You ain't got to put in a lot of work, just to be sure nothing does start to grow. And so I do that once a week. Probably twice a week I get in the pool with my amazing pump going, hook up my hose for my vacuum. I got a 30-foot hose, which is way too much for this pool. But I've got one of the triangle type vacuum heads that I got from Walmart. And it works amazing with this pump. It's the same one I had with my old pump. I got rid of that old pump. This works amazing. I mean, it really sucks everything out of there. So I can vacuum it really quick. Any of the leaves or dirt or whatever that falls in the bottom. Scoop out, you know, any large leaves or whatever they get in there. And I use 2 products. So when I got the pump, as you watched the other video, I dumped my pool. I had to clean it, scrub it, bleach it. It was insane. And that all happened within a week's time. And I mean, I shocked it. When it started turning green, I went and bought the 7-in-1 shock. Didn't do me any good. The 3-in-1, the 4-in-1, all these powdered shocks and stuff. And I didn't put their measurements in there. I poured the entire bag in there. Didn't help. It was too far gone, I guess. But it happened so quickly that I was literally to the point, I don't even need a pool. I don't want a pool. I only had to pool a month and a half, and I was so frustrated, like I can't keep it clean. So I did some studying, you know, researching, whatever. Bought the pump. My 2 ingredients is, first off, cyanuric acid. I bought this at my hardware store. This is HTH, also known as a stabilizer. Purpose of this is when you pour your chlorine, it protects your chlorine from the sun. So, they say it's kind of like a sunscreen for your chlorine. Now the problem with throwing the tablets in there and letting those float around all the time, time after time, over time, yeah, you're getting a lot of chlorine in there and you're keeping chlorine in there all the time, but you're also adding cyanuric acid with every tablet. Over time, it's too much and it overpowers your chlorine. Your chlorine dissipates from the sun. This protects it from the sun. Then you get too much protected in there and then your chlorine don't work. So, you Guy, measure for that. That's what I measure for. I measure for chlorine level, and I measure for cyanuric acid level. And that's when I finally got down to where that's about all I care about. My test strips have all these other things on there, and they tend to kind of stay in range anyway, without me adding anything to it, but I don't worry about them anyway. So I poured about a pound of the cyanuric acid in there, and my next ingredient is bleach. Plain old regular bleach. Dollar bleach at Dollar General, Family Dollar, or Walmart. You don't have to get the Clorox, chloride, whatever the hell it is, chlorine or whatever, the top brands. The cheap dollar bleach works great. I throw a gallon of bleach. I don't measure it out, a couple cups of this, per my gallon. No. A couple of times a week, 3 times a week usually. Gallon. Poured a whole gallon in there. $3 to $4 a week is what it's costing me. It has costed me less money and less time to keep my pool looking like that. So far, a month and a half. It's been a month and a half since I put that pump in here, and I started just using cyanuric acid and the chlorine, or the bleach, which is chlorine. Bleach. See this ingredient here. Where's my ingredient? Well, this one doesn't have it. Let me get the proper name for it. My other bottle of regular bleach. This one from Dollar General. Sodium hypochlorite. Chlorine, people. Chlorine. Put bleach in there. Don't buy the chlorine tablets. Don't pour chlorine in there. Use bleach. Now my pump pumps my water out hour and a half. Pretty much my whole pool. So I don't worry about, I've got too much bleach or whatever. It's, it's doing the same. The sun's killing some of it as soon as you put it in there. It's getting filtered out. So I wouldn't pour it in there right when I'm going to get in there, but I don't worry about it too much. Pour it in, as long as I'm gonna wait a couple of hours before I get in the pool. No problems. We've had no problems, irritating skin or anything like that. I mean, it's just been great. And the picture that I showed you is literally a month and a half, and it has not looked any different in that month and a half. I have not had any green spores growing. I haven't had any algae growing. It's something I could not get rid of before. Simple as that. Cyanuric acid, bleach, and a good pump. And that's all it takes. And now it's been a month of bliss, month of happiness. No frustration with this pool anymore. So, give it a shot. It's working for me, So anyway, these two together make a clean pool like that. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ding that bell, because we got more meat coming. I just ordered a new smoker. It takes tea going. Do it to it.